Hi, today I'm going to be talking about The Perfectionist duology by Sarah Shepard, and I'm going to do a review on each of these books, and it is a non-spoiler review, so if you haven't read them, you can still watch this. So the first book is The Perfectionist by Sarah Shepard. Basically, this follows 5 different girls, Mackenzie, Ava, Caitlin, Julia, and Parker. And all of them are from different cliques, so they don't hang out, they don't associate with each other. And then they all get stuck together for a group project. And they start talking, and they find out the one thing they all have in common is that they hate Nolan. And Nolan is like this bully, and he's like really high up. A lot of people like him / hate him. It's like the super popular guy of the high school. And so they all tell stories of each thing that Nolan has done to them. So like however he embarrassed them or however he treated them, they would each tell stories of what happened. So basically, while they're working on the project, they come up with a hypothetical murder plan to kill him. Now, of course, this is hypothetical. They don't really want to kill him, obviously. They all have pretty good reputations. They're not known for anything bad. So basically, they make a list of people that they hate. And they make a list of them that all of them hate. And Nolan, of course, is on the top of the list. So they're like, oh, we're going to come up with a murder plan to kill him. This is how we would kill him if we were to kill him. And then a couple days later, it turns out that Nolan is murdered in the exact way that the girls planned it. They talk to each other. None of them actually murdered him, but someone did. And they're trying to figure out exactly how someone got their plan, if they're going to try to frame them or not. And they start accusing each other of being the murderer. And they finally come to the conclusion that none of them have murdered him, but who did. So this story was really, really, really good. If you like the Pretty Little Liars series, you will love this series. I actually started the Pretty Little Liars series, and I was so addicted. I absolutely loved it. And then I kept reading, and I found out there were like 15 books in the series. Then I was like, yeah, I'm not really trying to buy all 15 of those. So I kind of stopped. I'm not really sure if I should start up again. But Sarah Shepard is one of my favorite authors. I love her. So that's the first book, is The Perfectionist. And the second book is called The Good Girls. And in this book, they are still trying to figure out who killed Nolan. And then they find out that someone else on their hit list has been murdered. Give me that. So they find out that someone else on their hit list has been murdered, and they're like, okay, we don't understand how people are dying in the way that we hypothetically said they would die, and we don't understand how it's not a coincidence that people from our list are dying. So they figure out the list of people who are dying, and they try to figure out who would be the next target on the list. And there's a little bit of romance in this book, not a ton, but I liked the romance in the book. I thought that the characters were some of them are well developed. Others were, she didn't really talk about them that much. The one thing that I did not like about this book was that there were 5 main characters. 5. But there were also other characters in the book. So I actually had to go through the book and write down the characters' names and who they were related to and who they were dating, because there were so many characters, I got confused. And they would start talking about, Caitlin and then it would jump to some boy. Like, I was like, is this her boyfriend? Is this someone else's boyfriend? Like, I honestly cannot keep up with all 5 of these characters. So I thought that 5 of the characters were a little bit too much, but other than that, I really didn't have anything that I disliked about this book. I thought it was very well written, and I just love Sarah Shepard. So if you're into the Pretty Little Liars series, I would definitely check out The Perfectionist, because this book is awesome. It took me like 2 days to finish the first book, and like 1.5 days to finish the second book, and I was like, where's the third book? And they're like, oh, this is just a duology. What? Like, seriously, Sarah Shepard? Like, you have 15 books of Pretty Little Liars, but you can't have even 3 books of your other series. Like, you don't need 15 Pretty Little Liars, honestly. So I was a little bit upset about that, but apparently there's her new book out called The Amateurs. I think that's what it's called. So hopefully that'll become a series that has more than 2 books. So I'm hoping, but I don't know. So those are the things that I liked and disliked about the book. Basically, the only thing I disliked, like I said before, was that there were, I thought, too many main characters. But other than that, I loved the way the book flowed. It was a little bit confusing because of the characters. Sometimes each chapter would go, one chapter is about Caitlin, one chapter is about Ava, one chapter is about Mackenzie, like, and it was just kind of hard to keep up with who they were talking to. And then you'd get along with the book, and they would talk about, like, Caitlin's parents, and then you were like, wait, who were her parents again? Like, there were so many different parents that you just couldn't keep them all straight. So that was the only problem that I had with the book. But other than that, I absolutely love it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, so I really recommend that you check that out.